Okay, it's that time again, guys. It is prop firm review time. And today it's actually one that was highly requested by you guys. In a lot of my last videos, I've been scanning through a lot of the comments and this one has come up a lot. You guys have been asking me this one and a lot of others. Don't worry, I will be getting to as many as I can that you guys are asking for. But I thought this would be an interesting one. It's actually a fairly new company to the prop firm industry, to the prop firm world, but it is not a new company to trading. And that is because it is IC Markets. We all know IC Markets, huge player when it comes to a broker in the world of trading. These guys are very well known and they are very, very popular with very low spreads, fantastic broker. And they are now in the prop firm game. That is correct. So let me go over to this window over here. They are called IC Funded. So today we're going to do everything we do for all of the prop firm review videos. We are going to go over 4 different things. We're going to go over the rules and the regulations. We're going to go over the company as a whole. We're going to go over the trading conditions. And we're also going to go over if there's anything unique. We're going to be giving the company a score of 10 for each of these categories and then an overall rating based on all of those. I do want to make it very clear, guys, that we are not in any way affiliated with any of the companies we do prop firm reviews for. We have an EA called Titan that trades prop firms, along with an incredible product called the Prop Farming Blueprint, which is helping a lot of our customers get funded. And as such, we get a lot of feedback from our customers, from our clients with regards to different prop firms. But this one is a little bit different because it is actually quite new. So that being said, let's get straight to it with the rules and the regulations. Now, normally I'd be looking at the 2-phase. As you know, a lot of the prop firms are doing a lot more different types of challenges. You've got 2-phase, you've got single phase, you've got straight to funded, but these guys only have the OG 2-phase. So I kind of like that. It's like they've just gone back to the basics. You have a 2-phase challenge. Phase 1, you pass, you go to phase 2, you pass, you get your funded account, and that's it. There's no other gimmicks. There's no other marketing, mumbo jumbo. These guys are straight to the point, and I really like that. I really like that because it's like they're not trying to be something they're not. These guys are like, we are a broker. We're throwing our hand in at doing the whole funded prop firm thing. So let's get into that. So first thing I want to look at, guys, is the rules and the regulations. So let's start by just having a look at the evaluations. So they say evaluations, but essentially all it is they have a phase 1, a phase 2, and that's it. So the only thing you can really choose is the size you go for. So as you can see, they start with a 5,000 and you can go all the way up to a 500,000. You can buy straight in to a $500,000 account. Not buy in, take the challenge, of course, but that's something I've never seen. I think the only other company I ever saw that was Maven, but they very quickly took that off. And I think now the max they go for is 100. So this is very impressive. It is quite expensive at $2,500, but I'm going to be just looking at the 100K account like I do for all of them. And it's priced very similar to the other type of challenges in this category at $500 for the 100K challenge. Now, the thing is with these guys, like I said to you guys, it's kind of OG. They've gone back to basics. It's almost like FTMO when they first started. Very straightforward. So you've got phase 1, they look for a 10% profit target. Phase 2, they look for 5%. You have a minimum trading days of 5, and then you do have unlimited trading days. So it's not going all the way back where we had 30 days. We do still have unlimited trading days, which is good. And then we've got max daily loss, 5%. Max overall loss, 10%. Now their daily drawdown is trailing, so that's something to bear in mind. You've got to understand the difference between trailing and balance-based drawdowns. These guys are trailing, okay? And then you've got things like the available leverage. Now it's 50-1 on FX and gold, 10-1 on indices and other commodities, and then 5-1 on equities. For me, I'm always looking at FX and gold. So 50-1 is kind of half of what you see a lot of the top firms being at 100-1. But 50 to 1 is actually manageable. You can work with that. It's not a big deal. So live account, your first payout is a 75-25 split. And then thereafter it goes to an 80-20. And we've talked about the prices. 100,000 is a $500 fee. Okay. And then you do also get your refund once you get to a live account. Now, what are some of the other things I want to look at? So we're going to just go to the FAQs to see what else we can find. I've jotted down a few things that I wanted to just highlight. Now, they do say that you are allowed multiple accounts. Okay. You are allowed multiple accounts, but you can only have one account active at a time. Now, I also went to the support and I asked the question, if you're allowed multiple, but you're only allowed to trade one, if I do have the account on standby and I don't trade on that for 30 days, am I going to get penalized for that? They said, no, as long as you haven't taken a trade, your inactivity rule starts after your first trade. So that's really good. So you can stack accounts. As long as you don't trade on it, you can start it whenever you want, okay? But only allow trading one at a time. Now, a few of the other things I wanted to look at was very, very important, very big one, guys. Unfortunately, they do not allow traders from US, from Canada, and actually quite a lot of other countries, which I will go through now. So over here, guys, as you can see, in which countries is IC Funder Challenge available? So we do not accept traders from USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Belarus, Burma, Belgium, Spain, Afghanistan, Central African Republic, Congo, Crimea, Ethiopia, Eritrea, North Korea, Russia, Cuba, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Libya, Syria, Sudan, Somalia, Mali, Venezuela, Yemen, and Zimbabwe. So quite a big list of countries they do not allow, but I think the ones that most of the people are kind of always looking at is obviously US, but also interesting, Canada are not allowed to trade on this. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if you are from Canada and you're watching, guys. Maybe in the future this does become available, but I just cannot say. The next thing I want to talk about is they do have options for bi-weekly payouts. Here we go. So by default, the gain split of IC funded accounts is scheduled monthly, yet traders have the autonomy to request profit distribution on demand. So post a 14-day period from date of initial trade. So as far as I can see, they do allow bi-weeklies, but maybe you just have to request that. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Then payment methods, guys. So your gain split can be transferred to you via standard bank wire, so it can actually go directly to your bank, which is pretty cool. Skrill or through various cryptocurrencies. So quite cool that they give the option to go directly to your bank if you choose. And that's it, guys. That's it for the rules. Now, the rules are very straightforward, nothing out of the ordinary, as straightforward as it gets. So I'm gonna give the rules very basic, 7.5 out of 10. Nothing crazy, a little bit higher on the profit targets, and also because of the equity-based drawdown, I don't like that too much. But those are the only things really I can kind of mark them down on. So 7.5 out of 10 for their rules and regulation. Next up, we're going to go over to company overview. Now, the thing about this is they're still very new. There's not too much information out there. So I'll give you the information I do know, and I'll give you what I have actually checked. So obviously the first thing we want to talk about is that the site is very good. It's very straightforward. The rules and everything are there, and they're laid out in a very clear and concise manner. So very easy to see exactly what's going on with their rules and regulations, and also their support. I contacted their support, asked a couple questions, and I got instant feedback. They answered my questions exactly what I was asking. So from me, their support is very, very good. And from looking on the IC funded, the TrustPilot, also I noticed that a lot of people talking about how good their support is. So that is very, very important. Now, the other thing is they are based in Hong Kong, as is IC Markets. So obviously they're going to be based where IC Markets comes out of. So fairly fresh as a company. And normally I say, that is a red flag, but these guys, it's kind of different because these guys are coming from such a highly reputable company as IC Funded is. And these guys are they've got that backing. So we know IC Markets is a fantastic broker. So, it goes without saying that I think IC Markets or IC Funded is also going to be a fantastic prop firm. From my point of view, nothing else really I can look at. So one thing I did want to actually go to is IC Markets TrustPilot review. And you can see here, guys, that IC Markets 38,406 reviews and a 4.8. So that tells you that the broker is fantastic and is very highly rated and has performed extremely well on TrustPilot. So going with that, you know, their TrustPilot at the moment is on 4.5, but they've only had 42 reviews. And one thing I want to talk about is the 1-star reviews that they have had. I think is a little bit unfair because one of them is, I am from Pakistan and I was buying funded account, but Pakistan country is not available, but it's included in my country mobile number list. And then another one was also, it seems Malaysia cannot purchase this. So the same thing is that it was based on countries not being able to actually trade with them. So the only 2 1-star reviews they had were based on the fact that certain countries couldn't trade with them, rather than actually, you know, anything to do with their support, their running of the accounts, the market, the trading conditions, anything like that. So I don't think it's fair. And like I said, it's still very early days. So I don't think it's very fair for that 4.5, and I think that will go up over time. So for me, based on company, looking at the fact that they are coming from the IC markets, it's the IC markets guys that have broken off and, you know, done this on the side. I have to give these guys an 8 out of solid 8 out of 10. You know, when I have dealt with the support, like I said, very good. And looking at the 5-star reviews, these guys are talking about, you know, IC has been great experience. A lot of people talking about the spreads being very good, which I'm going to talk about again, and people talking about the support being fantastic. So the few reviews that are on TrustPilot are very good and very positive for IC funded. So for me, 8 out of 10 for them in terms of their company overview. Right, the next one I want to talk about, guys, is trading conditions. Now, this one is kind of easy because these guys are obviously a broker. They're a fantastic broker. They're a broker that have very low spreads. They're a broker that has all the data and the feed available to, you know, basically feed that off to a prop firm. So from what I've seen, their spreads are very low. You can go very low in terms of the commissions are low, but looking at the reviews, a lot of the reviews are talking about things like spread, things like the trading conditions being very good. So as you can see, yeah, guys, great team, great support, great trading conditions as it uses IC markets, exactly what I was talking about. So for me, I'm going to go for an 8 out of 10 for their trading conditions. Now, the last one, guys, is a tough one because it's one where I normally look at unique perks or anything unique or anything different that they do or anything that stands out, which is difficult in the prop firm industry these days because, you know, people are kind of trying to do things different, but sometimes those unique things and them trying so hard to be different actually is the things that could also potentially kind of put them on the red list, you know, because they're trying so hard. And for me, it's actually an interesting one. I'm actually going to go with an 8 out of 10 for uniqueness. And the unique thing about them is how it's a strange one. I've got to try and explain myself. The fact that these guys are not that unique at all in the sense that they have gone back to the OG, straight up, no funny business, no gimmicks, basic 2-phase program, very clear rules, very concise, back to the OG style of back to FTMO in the beginning kind of rules. And it's very straightforward. That their uniqueness is kind of the fact that they are doing this so well. They are doing the OG prop firm, which we don't really see these days, so well. So for me, I'm gonna go for a 7.5 out of 10 for their unique perks. Even though it's not technically unique, the thing that makes them unique is that they are so simple, so easy, no, you know, just not faffing around. It's just what you see is what you get. And for me, I really like that. So that's as much as I can do for now, guys, for the review. They are still very new, but I think they have potential. I think they have a lot of potential. They've just got to keep on, you know, giving people very good customer care like they are. They've got to make sure that their payouts carry on, which I've not seen a single complaint in terms of payouts, but like I said, it's still very new. So definitely a company to look out for. For me, these guys rate very high. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys tried IC Funded? I might even sign up for the $5,000 account just to get a feel for, you know, how they work. And I forgot to say, guys, that they use MT4, MT5, and C Trader as their platform. So all very good platforms. Yeah, I'm gonna sign up for the $5,049, you know, not much. That way I can get a feel for the dashboard, and I will do a follow-up which I have said that I will do for others, where I like to do the initial review, get in there myself and see if a lot of the stuff I'm talking about actually turns out to be that way, or maybe not. So make sure you guys stick around for that later on in the year, where I will be doing a follow-up to the IC funded based on my actual experience. Okay, so with that being said, guys, like I did say, we have got incredible EA and a prop farming blueprint that is passing prop firms left, right, and center. We've got, I think we're well over 900 of our people funded now, of our customers funded. And if you would like to get funded on any of these prop firms, then make sure you go over to www.propfarming.com. Have a look at the demo, fill in the application, and then you could be well on your way to just letting an EA pass prop firms for you and also make money for you, literally on autopilot. So with that being said, guys, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's a fairly simple one because it's a fairly simple company, guys. So we will see you in the next video. Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't and like the video if you liked it. That's it from me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.